I wasn't giving them back the same chair that they gave to me because you couldn't sit in it anymore. It was too wobbly. It was falling apart. I would take it apart. I would clean it up. And one of the things you have to do to properly restore a piece of furniture, and I, again, speak from experience, and no, I don't do it now, so don't call and ask, is when you take the joints apart, you have to scrape off all of the old glue. Because what you don't want to do is glue new glue on top of old glue. It doesn't work. You need to clean those joints up. You need to repair things that fell apart so that when you eventually go and clamp that thing back together, you use a fresh kind of glue, you put it on a flat surface, and when the chair comes out, it is solid and new. And they get it back and they recognize it because it's something that they once had. And they feel good. I mean, that's the idea. They're supposed to feel good that they got back what they lost. Jesus came to save that which was lost. He came to restore that paradise on earth. Now, how is that process working? We'll get to that in a minute. Let's take this call.
Welcome to Christian Questions. This is Jonathan and Rick. Who are we speaking with?
It's John again. How you doing?
Okay.
Welcome back.
Good. I'm not questioning the fact of God's idea and plan. My question is that yes, I know He has a plan for everybody, and I know when our time is our time. But my problem was when that time, when my mother's time was coming, all I asked is if this is her time, just take her. Don't let her suffer. Every day I ask that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've heard the calls and I am listening, and my son is actually. She's a girl.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
I got that wrong. I apologize.
No, it's okay. Because she's listening.
Okay.
She corrected me.
Okay. Well, tell her that I apologize.
No, it's all right. I understand that everybody there's a divine plan we all follow, and He has a plan,
mm-hmm.
and I accept that, and I know that from teachings when I was little. But my biggest problem is that I was taught through the years, when you ask God for help, He'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
I asked Him. All I asked is for her, if it's her time, just take her. Don't let her suffer. When she first went into the hospital, when the doctor came out and said, we're putting the breathing tube in, she's not going to get any better, it's going to get worse. At that moment, I said, this is her time, don't let her suffer. This is 6 months later. I had to do what I asked our Divine Father to give me a sign to do.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
I even said, if you got to a point where, do I pull the plug or do I let her go to the hospital and let God, do it? I said, look, just show me something. Give me a sign. Nothing. And I had to make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that makes any sense. That goes against every teaching we've... Now, if I remember right, it goes against everything. Or did I miss something along the way?
You ask good questions, John. You ask very good questions. I'll tell you that. Well, listen, we want to keep moving forward here.
Okay.
I appreciate your calling in with a little bit of clarity there. Tell your daughter I apologize, and
no problem.
We're going to continue to lay out this plan because I think it's going to take us a while, and perhaps even into next week with the volume of calls we're getting here. It's hard to get through what we planned on, but that's okay. We want to try and give you a comprehensive answer to all aspects, not only the plan part, but why didn't God give you a sign, or why didn't God just take her? Why do things like that happen? So,
exactly.
Thank you, John. Okay. Let's continue here. And again, folks, the number, while you're at it, 860-442-9956, 442-WXLM. Jonathan, in determining how to get through all of this, part of the process is understanding the mind of God. Now, I'm not claiming to be able to sit here and understand the mind of God. What we are trying to do is understand the mind of God as revealed to us in the Scriptures. Okay? There's much more to it that's unfathomable. But revealed to us in the Scriptures is He had the dominion set, He had the perfect world set, sin entered, and it became a flawed environment. But the dominion stayed. and you had the change of allegiance. Remember that. You now had the obedience to Satan rather than to God. And as the population developed, you had the obedience to Satan growing faster than obedience to God, because that's what happens in sin, in a sinful world. It's like a garden. You want to have a garden, and you till the ground. Do you know if you just don't plant anything, you're not going to find tomatoes there in a few months?
Lots of weeds.
That's right. You're not going to find corn.
Nope.
Not going to find parsley.
Nope.
Not going to find potatoes.
Lots of weeds.
That's what you're going to find. So that's the kind of world we're in. So God had to choose individuals at the beginning through which to work his plan. And there was a whole process of that we're going to get into right after this break. God's putting the plan in place and showing us one person at a time to begin with.
This is Jonathan and Rick with Christian Questions on News Talk 104.7 WXLM. Why does God permit suffering? Grab your Bibles, don't go away. We'll be right back.